Okay, we're ready to begin, and I know there's going to be some stragglers, but we started the breakfast late, and so we need to try to stay on time here this morning. So please take a seat, and we're going to have lots of room for discussion, lots of time this weekend or this week for discussion. But I really appreciate, it's so great to meet you all. So I'm Brian Sawyer. If you haven't met me, I've met a lot of you online. This is the first time I'm meeting you in person. I want to say welcome to Edmonton. I'm with Richie Shed Edmonton, who is well represented here, but welcome to everybody from literally from across the country. We're focusing on Western sheds, but we have some guests from across the country. I'd like to start with a land acknowledgement. Edmonton is situated on, I'm already talked out. Edmonton is situated on Treaty 6 territory, the traditional lands of the Cree, Blackfoot, Saulteaux, Nakota, Sioux, and others. And as someone who lives here in Edmonton, I'm really aware that this land has been a gathering place down by the river where we all like to go. It's been a gathering place for eons. And what we're doing here today, bringing people together to share, support one another, and build community, that continues that same tradition. And we're grateful to be here. I would like to invite David Jensen from the Medicine Brothers Shed Doug Jensen from Medicine Brothers to come up and bless us working here on this land.
Just pray for all the brothers, sisters here today. My name is Doug Jensen. I'm Stallion. Come up to Webnick. I'd like to just pray on this weekend or this week, few days, brothers and all the sisters that are here today, that we bless and have a good day. This week, that our traditions and our medicine ways are always passed down in ways that we acknowledge and depict it in our ways that that we look after each other, guide each other always in a good way, prayer, and ceremony, acknowledgement, ways that we do our ceremony. I'd like to pray for the food that's given to us for the center that was blessed to us for this conference. That we look after each other, care, guide each other, respect each other, always live in a good way, that our lives have become, follow this path that we're in. With that, I say all my relations.
Thank you, Doug. All right. Now it's my pleasure to introduce my co-presenter, Barb McMillan. She's the Executive Director of Men's Sheds Canada. Barb's been deeply involved in shed activities as an advocate for so many years, even before I came to Men's Sheds, that's for sure. And our organization was established back in 2022. She played a key role in supporting BC Men's Sheds and helping bring Men's Sheds Canada to life. And she continues to guide the organization with a deep understanding of our work. She brings not just the experience in the not-for-profit sector, but a real commitment to the well-being of men across Canada and to supporting sheds in every way that she can. So Barb and I will be your co-hosts, and I'd like to invite you to come on up, Barb.
Thank you, Brian. And good morning, everybody. It's so great to be here and to be here with all of you and to see so many shedders gathered together in one place. Take a moment to look around this room. You are seeing something really special. People who are connected by a shared purpose and a shared commitment to the shoulder-to-shoulder care and support Men's Sheds are known for. We have more than 130 shedders. We kept losing track because so many people were registering at the last minute, and sadly we had a few cancellations due to illness and landslides. But, you know, it's really great that everyone could make it. And we know you came, many of you came from quite a distance. So this gathering from Manitoba to British Columbia and all parts in between really it's reflected in our theme for the ShedFest West event, Plains to Peaks to Pacific. And it's a theme that speaks not only to the geography of where we're from, but to the journeys that many of you have made to be here, as I mentioned. Alongside that, our tagline, Strengthening Sheds, Strengthening Communities, really speaks to the heart of everything that we do. The simple idea that when sheds are strong, the communities around them are stronger as well. So when we set out to do this, it was not to create a traditional conference. In fact, we often refer to it as the event, not the conference, or just to ShedFest. Rather, it's a gathering by shedders for shedders. It's a chance in a very informal setting to share what's working, to learn from each other, and to strengthen connections across the movement. It's built around real experiences, practical ideas, and honest conversations, and the goal is simple: that you leave with ideas and information that you can take back and use in your own shed, along with an expanded network of sheds, shedders, ambassadors, and allies. So over the next few days, whether your shed is just getting started, and we know that there's quite a few here that are brand new, or whether it's been established for a long time, and we also know there's many that have incredible experience and have been here from the beginning. Vanderhoof, I believe, was like the second shed in Canada, and there's many others that have been around for quite a few years. So we hope that you're open to really connecting with both new and old sheds, and approach with participation and learning in mind, and take the time to really talk to people that you don't know, but most of all, really enjoy yourselves. And now it's my great pleasure to introduce our fearless leader, somebody who has also been involved with sheds for a very long time and who has an absolutely extraordinary commitment to the movement of men's sheds, both locally. He's very active in his own shed, nationally, and has been involved provincially as well, and internationally. So please join me in welcoming our President of Men's Sheds Canada, Dr. Robert Goluch.
Okay. Well, good morning. I hope you're all awake, caffeinated, and ready to roll, because this is an awesome event. I want to thank Barb and her team for making all of this happen, and all the others who contributed their energy, their time, their interest, their dedication to make this gathering possible. Why don't we give them a moment of appreciation? Thank you, Barb. So it's an absolute privilege for me to be here with you today. You know, last night, I had the chance to connect with a lot of you. A handshake, in fact, many handshakes, many laughs. And of course, moments like that don't go away. They're not small. They're everything. They stay with you. Because what's happening here is an event. It's not just a gathering. It's something much more powerful than that. It's connection. It's community. It's happening in real time. As for me, like many of you, you know, it is very personal. When I first came to Squamish, where I live and where my home shed is, I didn't know very many people. No network. No sense of where I fit. No circle. And then I found the shed. But when I think of it, and maybe the shed found me, and everything changed since then. What started as a place became a community. What started as a conversation became connection. And what felt like isolation became belonging. And I know, without a doubt, the story lives in this room. Because everywhere I look, I see it. Men who found friendship, camaraderie, purpose, a reason to go out and walk out the door in the morning. Men navigating retirement, loss, change, or simply asking, what's next? And in that moment when things could go either way, the shed stepped up and made the difference. So what's the secret? What makes Shed so powerful? It's not complicated. It's not a program. It's not a theory. It's men showing up. That's it. Men showing up. That's it. And somehow, that simple act, something extraordinary happens. Connection, support, trust, real relationships. Not surface level, not transactional. The kind that stick, the kind that matter. And that's why this moment right now deserves our attention. Because this is the first ever ShedFest for Men's Sheds Canada. A moment when we get to stop just for a second and say, look at this. Look at what we've done together. And here's the thing. Over the next 2 days, you'll hear many, many stories. But the ones you'll remember, that they won't happen here. They'll happen out there, in the hallway, over coffee, at a table when someone you have just met. That's where the real magic occurs. Because stories are the heartbeat of this movement. And every single one of you has one. We are at a moment right now where this matters more than ever. There are over 200 sheds in Canada today, but we're not thinking small. And we're pretty ambitious. We're looking at, we're aiming at about 1,000 sheds in the next 6 years by 2032. And we're doing it exactly the right time because the conversation is changing. Men's health, loneliness, isolation, these are no longer invisible. They are being seen. They are being talked about. And they are urgent. And what we know with certainty is this. Sheds work. Not in theory, not in reports, in real life. Every single day. Because when one man walks into a shed, it doesn't stop there. It reaches his family. It reaches his friends. It reaches his community. The impact spreads. The ripple effect is real. And it is powerful. That's why ShedFest matters. This is not just a gathering. This is a catalyst, a chance to celebrate what's working, to learn from each other, and to shape what comes next together. Now, none of this happens without people. You know that. This movement is built by people, driven by people, sustained by people. So let's recognize some of those who contributed to that and made it and brought it forward. I'd like to ask the members of the Men's Sheds Canada Board of Directors to stand as I call your name. Jim Miller from Port Moody. Where's Jim? Doug Taylor from Spruce Grove, Alberta. Hey, Dougie. Jerry Oleszczuk from Winnipeg, Manitoba. And Dwayne Semple from Nova Scotia with his companion, George. And while they couldn't be with us today, Daryl Tracy from Terrace, British Columbia, and Jan Skora from Ottawa, Ontario. Now, there are two former board members that are with us today, and I just want to introduce them. One is, where's Audrey Fenema? She was our treasurer. I just want to say hello to her. From Fraser Lake. And where is Ray Verlage? He's past president of Vernon Men's Shed. I know he's here somewhere. There he is, Ray. Nice to see you. Okay, well, so we are all, part of something bigger than Canada. This is a global movement. And we're honored to have two honorable guests with us. John Latchford, trustee of the UK Men's Shed Association, a longtime friend of the movement. Where's John? And Dr. Ayahito Ito, the co-founder of the Japan Community Sheds Association, who has traveled a long way to be here. You'll hear from them tomorrow. And I know you'll make them feel at home. And I just want to finally thank all of you, and I mean each and every one of you, for making this gathering possible, for strengthening our movement. That's how we will make a difference in men's lives. That's how we will save lives. Welcome to ShedFest West 2026. And so with that, it is my great pleasure to introduce a special video message from our minister, Canada's Secretary of State for Seniors, the Honourable Stephanie McLean. I'll leave it at that.
Good morning, everyone. I'm so pleased to join you for the opening of ShedFest West, which I understand is the first ever gathering of men's sheds from across Western Canada. Congratulations. This is an important milestone, and it shows the momentum behind the men's shed movement. That growth is the result of the important work that you do every day, creating welcoming spaces that support men's health and well-being through connection, skill sharing, and community involvement. By reducing social isolation and giving men meaningful ways to contribute, men's sheds are making a real difference, not just for individuals, but for communities across the country. I had the privilege of seeing that work in action with the Gujarati Men's Shed in Edmonton and had the chance to speak with the members over a cup of coffee. As Secretary of State for Seniors, my role is to ensure the voices and experiences of older Canadians are reflected in the work of the federal government. That means listening to what people are experiencing in their everyday lives, whether those realities are social, health-related, or financial, and making sure those realities shape the policies and programs that affect their lives. That includes supporting programs that promote healthy aging, strengthening protections against fraud and financial abuse, and ensuring seniors can access the services they're entitled to with dignity and confidence. That is also why initiatives that strengthen connection and reduce social isolation matter so much. Men's Sheds has been such an important voice in that space. In the 2025 federal pre-budget consultations, you called for a national men's health strategy that reflects the unique needs and contributions of older men. And in February, we answered that call when Minister Marjorie Michel introduced plans to move forward with a national strategy to support men's and boys' health that will be shaped through a national conversation with Canadians. I look forward to working with you to raise awareness, to reducing stigma around men seeking support, and to learning what really works through research and shared experience. Thank you to the president of Men's Sheds, Robert Goluch, and all Men's Sheds across our beautiful country for showing how local action supported by national collaboration can help older Canadians thrive. As ShedFest West begins, I hope you take time not only to share ideas, but also to enjoy the conversations, the connections, and the sense of belonging that brought you here. Because that connection is what builds communities, supports healthy aging, and helps men across Canada thrive. Thank you again for all that you do, and I hope you enjoy your time together in Edmonton. Congratulations again on this very important first gathering.
Well, so what's really exciting for me is that at last the government is thinking about a strategy for men's health. It's about time. And so that's wonderful. It's just wonderful and we're a part of the round table, by the way. So that's something you're going to hear about a little bit more later. I would like to continue thanking, and this ShedFest didn't just happen easily or by a few of us. It was a real collaborative effort. And I just want to recognize a few more people because it's very important that we all got together here today. So I'd ask you when I call your name to please stand, but we had a ShedFest committee. And so Men's Sheds Canada, that was kind of our job to be on there, but we also had provincial representatives because it's very important that they have input to what's happening here today, and so they did. So would you please stand up? Jan Fenema from BC. Thank you, Jan. And Riley Tukey from Alberta. Thank you, Riley. And Colin McNerney from Manitoba. Thank you, Colin. And in the same way, we've also relied on them to link with their provincial associations. And we have the provincial associations leaders here. They're kind of the pointy end of the stick in dealing with some of you guys, you know, with your provincial associations. Very important guys. And so again, I just want to recognize that they have had a major influence in this ShedFest. And so once again, I'm going to ask Jan to stand up one more time because you've been such a great representative for Men's Sheds Association of BC. Many sheds there. And Punch Jackson and Richard Nazedkin are co-chairs. Would you please stand up? Thanks, Punch. That's Richard. And Colin McNerney is here from Manitoba. Rep Fred and all the other members. Where are you, Colin? Thank you. And then lastly, our volunteers, folks, some of whom are here wearing the yellow vests, some are still to find them and put them on. But a lot, if you got a ride here, it was probably from a volunteer. We have a lot of volunteers here today. They'll be taking notes. They'll be chipping in the background. So I think lots of them are at a table, but they helped with registration, room setup, and they're going to do note taking and helping with the catering and the airport shuttles. So if you volunteered your time to help men get here, I invite you to stand now, please. Thank you. And so now I want to hand things back over to Barb to go through a few logistics and housekeeping items. Barb.
Housekeeping. Gotta do it. Okay, thank you, Brian. And I want to take a few minutes to extend my personal thanks to our very small but mighty team from Men's Sheds Canada. They all came together brilliantly to make this happen. And this conference, as many of you know, was built in just a very few short months, very tight timeline, and it really took all of us working together. A real team effort with everybody wearing multiple hats, stepping in where needed, and supporting each other along the way. So what we're seeing here today is the result of that shared commitment and energy. So I really would like to appreciate our staff team, who many of you know and have interacted with in various ways. Some of you just for the purposes of the ShedFest, others over a long period of time, or in many cases, just as needed. So thank you very much. Of course, you all know Brian Sawyer, who's been with us for a long time and who's been the on-the-ground guy for ShedFest West. And, you know, because he lives here, has a vehicle, he's been running around, picking things up, you know, going to printers, going to stores and hauling stuff back and forth to the site here. As well as continuing on with his regular work as the manager for outreach and membership services. So thank you, Brian. Many of you know Jill Javet, our communications and marketing manager. Jill has been incredible. Her attention to detail, not just getting things in place to make sure that everybody knows about ShedFest, but so many little housekeeping and logistical details, and keeping all of us really on track and well organized. So thank you, Jill. If you can stand for a moment, please. Sherry Cohen, who you all met last night, and she could be the most popular person here. She's our newest team member, but because she's in charge of the prizes and the draws, she's very, very popular. But Sherry is our consultant for sponsorships and donations. So Sherry at the back there, needs no introduction. And John Saunders, is John in the room? He's probably at the registration desk, but John is kind of a jack of all trades. He supports our communications and marketing and our grant writing and the toolboxes. Has everybody had a chance to get into the Shedder Showcase? Everybody? Yeah. So if you visited the MSC display, you'll have seen some toolboxes. And thank you to Brian, which shed in Edmonton built the toolboxes? Sorry. Yeah. So thank you to the Shed for building the actual wooden toolboxes, but our team has put together lots of resources that you'll find in those toolboxes on all kinds of topics like governance and fund development and communications. We're launching some new ones, diversity and inclusion, and advocacy and government relations, and we've got lots more to come. So if you haven't had a chance to look at them, go and take a look. But John has been doing a lot of work on helping with those as well as a number of other things. And Christina Jocan, who unfortunately cannot be here. She is out of the country right now. But many of you will have interacted with Christina because she has been the real logistics person, arranging accommodation and all the details that really are required to make something like this happen with, you know, hotel bookings, the retreat center, meals, all kinds of things like that. So she really wishes that she could be here. Last night she was emailing that she's very envious of the rest of us, but she does send her greetings, and we really appreciate the work that she has done. So thank you so much to this incredible team who has managed to put all this together, as well, of course, as Brian said, to our planning committee and to all the volunteers who've helped make this happen. So now onto the program. And this is where I get a little bit bossy, because I'm a stickler for being on time, although, you know, some people have noticed that I'm late sometimes, but when we're doing a program like this, it's really important to stay on time so that we can keep things going and end at the time that we scheduled, so that you can have a bit of a break before we get into a fantastic evening tonight that we're really quite excited about. So please be on time, as we'll start each session very promptly. Make sure you know where you need to be for those sessions, those concurrent sessions that are not in this room. If you're not sure, just ask. Our team is here to help. You've seen everybody from the MSC team, but also the volunteers, the ones that Brian mentioned who are in the neon vests. You see a few of them in the room here. You'll also see some signs that can help you find your way to the various rooms. I know I still am getting lost in this place, you know, having to ask for, I think I ended up in the chapel this morning when I was really just trying to get back here. So of note in your delegate bag, everybody's got their delegate bag now? Yeah? Yeah, if you don't, there's more at the registration desk, but you'll find a few things in there that will help you find your way through ShedFest. There's a conference notebook that together, and that conference notebook was created so that you can easily capture notes and ideas that you can share with your fellow shedders when you get back to your home community. We've also created the Shedder Passport. Everybody has one of these. They should be stamped. If yours doesn't have a stamp, we've got a stamp that would be the first stamp or entry into your Shedder Passport. So you'll each have one of those. If you want more for some of your fellow shedders back home, they are available at the registration desk for purchase for the modest price of $5 each. We also have some mugs available for purchase there. If you haven't seen them yet, they're pretty cool. I'm going to be buying mine. Can't decide on the color yet, but they're very nice mugs with lids. Yeah. Oh, good. Thank you. Great question. We know that shedders love to visit other sheds when they're in town. How many of you have visited a shed besides you? Yeah. Yeah, look, right? So now you can keep track of your visit to a shed in your passport, the name of the shed, the location, the date, and maybe some notes, contact information about somebody you met there, some cool thing that you saw. So that's it. Thank you for that question. I get carried away sometimes. So yeah, so these are available, and you know, I expect some shedders will fill them up pretty quickly. And there's a lot of shedders who not only visit sheds in their local area, in their province, other parts of the country, but also internationally. And you'll probably hear from some of those. Well, that's what that's for. You might need a second one just for yourself if you get out and about quite a bit. Okay, and of course your program. I've got that here somewhere too. So that gives you all the times, the details about what is taking place, where, when the breaks are. And there will be breaks midway through each morning and afternoon with coffee, tea, and some snacks. And again, that Shedder Showcase, make sure that you get in there. It's hard to get out though once you get in there. You get talking to people and looking at things. There's some very cool stuff there. And, you know, it's something that I'm taking pictures of and maybe placing some orders if sheds do that, because I could do all of my Christmas shopping here. There's, I think, at least 30 sheds that are displaying their work. Provincial associations also have tables in the shedders. Healthy Aging Alberta is also there. And Here Canada is also. Has anybody done their screening yet at Here Canada? Yeah? Yeah. So they're offering free screening. Good to stop by. I'm definitely going to do it. We also have the Japan Community Sheds Association with an exhibit, a table with Ayahito, and the UK Men's Shed Association with John Latchford, who was introduced earlier. And I just want to also extend a real thank you to the UK Men's Shed Association. They have helped us from even before Men's Sheds Canada got started. We have regular calls, Zoom meetings with them. There's been some visits to their ShedFest, which gathers folks from all over England and Wales and even further. And they've just been a really terrific support and mentor. And so we're on this journey together and continue to share and learn from each other. So of important note is that all sessions taking place in this auditorium are being live streamed and recorded, and they'll be made available for shedders on the YouTube, our YouTube channel afterward. If you haven't seen our YouTube channel, you can check it out. There's all of these videos will be there, but there's also a lot of other great there that can be helpful. So past recordings of Zoom webinars and sessions, and some things from other sheds as well. And I was reminded by Sherry about the warnings. She has got, what color are they? Yellow, red, and green. She's holding them up at the back. So you might see her doing this just again to keep us on time. She's going to be back there waving around her cards, and the red one is you're out of time, and the hook comes out. And Jill, do you have your Jill's got her hook. She's going to turn her cane around so that the handle becomes the hook and you are off. Okay. I said I was a bit of a stickler about being on time. Okay, so the video studio. Anybody gone to the video studio yet? Yeah. Yeah, a few of you. Great. So we also have that video studio running throughout the event, located in room 159, and it's open mostly during the breaks and lunches and later today before the dinner. So that's a great thing for you to do if you are not staying here and retreating to your room. There's spaces where you can go just to chill. You might want to go for a walk since the weather is fairly nice, but you can also go to that video studio. It's a chance to sit down for a few minutes and share your experience of being part of a shed. And we really encourage you to participate. And Jill can help you get signed up for a time slot. And Tyler? Yeah. Tyler's in the room here. Great. Because Tyler is our videographer. You'll be familiar with him if you've seen our 2025 impact video or any of our shed talks. Is there anybody who hasn't seen the impact video? Really? On our website, on the homepage of our website? You've got to watch it. It's incredible. Tyler did an amazing job, and he met with a lot of different sheds and got a lot of perspective. It really tells the story of men's sheds, and in a very powerful way. So please make sure that you check out that impact video that you'll find on our YouTube channel as well as on the homepage of our website. And we hope to produce more of the shed talks because there are those shed talks as well with your participation. So it would be great if you step up. It's not uncomfortable, nothing to be worried about. Tyler's a great interviewer and will make you feel quite comfortable so that you can share your experience. And you'll see him around, capturing some of the conference moments and sessions here, as well as in the video studio. Tyler's also been visiting some sheds. He's making a new series of shorter videos and has spent a few days here earlier at Doug's, is it Tri-City Sheds? Doug, yeah. Tri-Region shed here in the Edmonton. Okay, so how are we doing for timing, Brian? We're short, good, we're ready to go? Good. Oh, I've got the green, we've got 5 minutes. Okay, because we've got our keynote presentation starting at 9:30, and hopefully people who are live streaming are already on and ready to watch. But I'm supposed to kind of kill time till 9:30, and